Joining me now in the studio is commentator from the charity Catholic Voices, Clarke.
Hi.
Tell us more about why the Pope decided against easing rules on the practice of celibacy.
OK, he hasn't actually decided against the practice, ordaining married men. He has basically just left the issue open. He decided that there were other issues that were far more important to the people of the Amazon region, such as cultural, social, ecological, and then there were ecclesial, pastoral considerations. But he decided that actually this wasn't an issue that needed to be dealt with right now, so he's left it open, and it could be a possibility for the future.
Could be a possibility for the future, but right now he has decided not to pursue this recommendation. He has left this proposal alone.
Yes, and it was a small recommendation as part of the final document proposed from the Synod. And I think he just said, look, there are so many good ways in which the Church is working there. And yes, there is a shortage, but we can improve the seminaries and the way that there's being taught there. He spends 5 paragraphs. I was really encouraged talking about working to encourage women leaders in the area and saying, look, there are ways in which we can help women in their roles, something that could be recognised by the bishop, a stable position, so that they can advance the faith too.
You have a shortage of clerics in the Amazon, and then on top of that, those that are there have difficulties travelling around. Logistics can be difficult. So, I mean, I suppose the idea was that this would be a solution to parts of the world that are very remote. Why was the Pope not convinced?
I think it's a difficult issue, but what he says is there must be a way in which we can transcend this divisive issue. There must be ways that open to the Holy Spirit and open to the ways in which we can discern what the needs of the people are. What is the way in which God is calling us to better the lives of these people? And I don't think that was at the forefront of his considerations. There are many other ways in which us as a universal church can help these people.
Pope Francis has something of a reputation for advocating for reform. Will there be disappointment in some quarters that he didn't take up this recommendation?
I think that there might be disappointment, but I think on the whole, what he has said is so encouraging. You know, we need to change our lives. We need to listen to the needs and the views of these people, and we need to change our lives accordingly. Other ways in which we can live, making those small decisions every day. And actually, that's a bigger challenge to us than any sort of change in the doctrine would be.
But just to be clear, the practice of celibacy is tradition but not dogma, which means there is some room for manoeuvre there. It can be changed.
Yes, that's true. It is tradition. And here in the UK, we do have married men who are priests, who have come over from the Church of England, for example, who were married, and then they are able to be Catholic priests after that. So it's definitely something that could be changed in the future.
Thank you very much, Clarke.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.